Zell Boy Army, how are we doing today? Hope you're having a great day. Today's video is the next in the series of best players in every position. We've got some incredible players today. We're nearly at the end of the series. Today's video is players under 2 million. We're at the top end in a lot of positions. Other than maybe striker and cam, we're nearly able to get anyone into this video. There's only one defender, I think, Moments Maldini, who's too expensive for this video. But a lot of great players, so stick around to the end to see all the positions, some of the top players we've got. Tomorrow's video is going to be follow-on from yesterday's, how to go from gold to elite, top 5 defending tips. If you're looking to improve at FIFA, you want gameplay tutorials, tactics, player advice, this channel is the place for you. Dedicated to helping you improve every day at 7 o'clock, a new video. So I'd appreciate if you subscribed. You get access to the new content every day. Like, comments, all that means a lot. Lets me know you guys are enjoying the content. Anyway, keepers, we start at the back. It's the same as the last couple of videos, to be honest. Yashin and Van der Sar, the icon keepers I'd recommend. They might not be the best value versions, to be fair. You only really need icon keepers if you need the chemistry or they're a bit of a luxury. And then ter Stegen, Alisson, Oblak, Chesney, Handanovic, keepers like that. They're the top end keepers that I tend to recommend. The TOTS keepers are so cheap that at this point in the game you should all have one. The left back, there's only one addition for this video. We're putting in this Tagliafico. Came out yesterday. He's not easy to fit into your team. And he doesn't have a good weak foot. But he's pretty comparable to like that Robertson. He's insanely quick. Very good passing. He can even shoot a bit. One of the best fullbacks in the game on the ball. And then he's got elite defending and physical stats with an anchor. This guy's absolutely unreal. And a strong link to Quincy Promise, actually, whose card looks very good. And then all the other fullbacks, basically the same as we said before. I think Davies and Theo Hernandez are probably the two best fullbacks in the game. Roberto Carlos, the best icon left back, probably the worst value of all these though. Then Tellers and Robertson, all very good as well. There's no point in spending loads of time when you guys have already seen that. The right backs, nothing's changed there. Carvajal and Trent are the two that I recommend at the top end if you've got any budget right back. Cuadrado actually looks pretty good, to be honest. I think his card looks pretty decent. Zambron might be better than these two. I don't think he's, but it's pretty tight. If you need an icon, he's great though, but he's quite expensive compared to them. CDM, okay, we're starting to get quite a few new players now. Moments Essien. I used him tradable for quite a while. This guy's an absolute animal. He's a little bit bad when it comes to the finishing. Like, I wish his finishing was slightly better. I also don't really get why his aggression isn't higher, but it's still an incredible card. Very, very usable. Passing's solid enough. Good enough on the ball. Insane physical defending. He's not one of the top CDMs because he can't shoot that amazing, even though he's got fantastic shot power, long shots. And he's not the best on the ball, but as an icon central player for $1 million coins, I think he's good value. This Paulinho, he's not even, he's under 2 million obviously, but he's under $1 million. But he came out yesterday. He has the finesse shot trait, which is pretty random. 4-star, 4-star, high. He's the ultimate 4-4-2 midfielder, pretty much. His attributes are comparable to Hullet. He's just not quite as good because of the height and weak foot. But if this guy was like Premier League, he'd be 2+ million, I think. The fact he's Brazilian doesn't make him too hard to link in. Chinese league, not the best, but like this guy's insane. Very, very good card. One of the best midfielders I think Foot's probably ever seen. I'd be probably putting an anchor or an engine on him. But yeah, this card's insane. Has everything. Yeah, I don't really get what EA were playing at here, making him this good. He's better than Busquets, TOTS card. Nainggolan, same as the last video, has a bit of everything. He's not quite as good as that Paulinho, because Paulinho's got a bit higher shooting. Paulinho has that little bit extra strength. I like the Nainggolan card, but he won't be quite as good as that Paulinho. But I'm enjoying this card still. Henderson, he's quite cheap now, but I leave him in here as he's still insane for the price. Not the best going forward with the weak foot. His card's quite similar to Paulinho's. except for better defending and doesn't have the weak foot skills. Marcelo's in here because I forgot to put him in the last list. When I was looking at the list, I was looking for centre mids and CDMs. When I was looking at CDMs, but I forgot to add cams. This Marcelo is one of the better top-end CDMs in the game. 5-star skills, he's nice, 4-star weak foot. He can do everything, really. He's quick, he's pretty clinical, his passing's amazing, he's great on the ball. He just doesn't have elite defending, but with an anchor, fixes a lot of that. One of my favourite cards I've actually used this year. I really like this card. And he has that outside the foot shot trait, which is nice. De Jong, he'll be a top midfielder on foot for years to come. Amazing on the ball, good physical defending. Veer around, just a weak foot lets him down. Savic, in my opinion, is in the top 5 CDMs on the game this year at this point. 4-star, 4-star. Ridiculously good physically with his 6'3" build, the defending, the physical stats. His passing's great. He's better on the ball than the stats would suggest because of the 99 dribbling, and he's clinical. And he also has that outside the foot shot trait. This De Bruyne's crept in at 1.8 million. He's quite a bit worse than his 99, but this card is still ridiculous. 5-star weak foot, got the skill moves. Physical, I don't get how a 98 De Bruyne's that good physically. Pretty good defending still with that 91 defensive awareness. He just feels a little bit clunky on the ball, De Bruyne. Even his 99 didn't feel as good as the dribbling should be. But he's very clinical. He's still quick. One of the best passes in the game. 99 passing. I still think this card's very good value at 1.8 mil. Kimmich, one of the best midfielders in the game. Again, I really like this card. I've used it on both accounts. I'm using it on PS still. Stupidly underpriced as well, considering how many good links there are in the Bundesliga and Bayern Munich. Mateus, I tried him. I don't rate him as highly as some of the other players around that price who are non-icons, but as an icon link, if you want to piece your team together, he's very good still. He's a little bit clunky and feels a bit weak because of his height and strength, but he's a fun card to use and got a pretty good shot on him. Kante, I'm putting him in here as I didn't love him. The weak foot, for me, was a bit of a letdown, and he felt a bit weak, even though he's got some crazy stats and the defending. I'm putting him in here, though, as I know a lot of pros rate him massively, and he's very easy to link into a team, but he doesn't really come under my list of top players, so I wouldn't recommend him highly, but I feel like I kind of have to include him, at least in the list to talk about. Okay, cams. I was a bit disappointed with the lack of options in attackers from 1 to 2 mil, really. Cruyff, I don't think is amazing value. He's 1.9 mil. And with a Deadeye, this is a very good card, to be fair. He's got 5-star, 5-star. He will be brilliant, but I just think there's better non-icons at this price. But if you need an icon centrally and you want a top cam, this Cruyff still is amazing. The Moments Cruyff is a card I want to use at some point. I can't imagine how insane that'll be, but good card. Son still fits in. Insane card, stupidly cheap. I don't get why he's so cheap. Has everything. Moments Kaka. If he had 5-star weak foot, this guy'd probably be like 3 mil. Ridiculous on the ball considering he's got good physicals. Passing's great, clinical. This is probably what his prime should have been, to be honest. He has both the shooting traits. He's absolutely rapid as well. Like, that's crazy pace. This card's amazing though, and one of the very best cams on the game, outside of the 5-star weak foots, which there's a few, but I think he's still brilliant. Brazilian icon's nice. I'm putting Socrates on as someone that I've not tried. I've played against a few times. He seemed very good. He's more of a wild card. I'm not saying he's a top player necessarily. Baz, a guy that I do coaching with, said that I need to try him at some point. I definitely will. He said it's one of his favourite cards on the game. And I looked at his stats. I was like, 6'4". He looks like he could be a bit clunky, but then he has great ball control, dribbling. And with an engine, the dribbling all round is insane. He's got good physical, great passing, be pretty quick and very clinical with that 5-star weak foot. His card does look very good. And he's under 1 million coins now, or around 1 million coins. For a 5-star weak foot cam with some insane stats and a Brazilian and his icon, so maybe try him out as a wild card. He looks good on paper. Sancho, I see him as more of a Lamb, but I definitely think he'd be a great cam still. 5-star skills is nice in the middle. He's got both the shooting traits. Physically feels pretty decent with that strength, considering the the agility and balance, which is crazy. 99 agility, 98 balance, 99 dribbling. Very clinical. You'd probably want to put a finisher on to up that shooting, but he's a fun card to use as well. And then this Neymar's around $1 million now. I would hold off on buying him until his TOTS comes out, because this should lower the price of this card. But Neymar is just the ultimate FIFA player. 5-star, 5-star. He has the outside foot shot trait. He has his own dribbling animations. He has everything. This card's like a 98 or a 99 cam with a dead eye. Like, crazy card. And Neymar's going to be great on FIFA for the however long we can see in the future. Lamb. Lamb had a few good options, to be fair. Garincha, insane card. An icon link again. I think like Mane or Gomez or Werner, Sancho might be better. But at the price, this Garincha's a bit more, but he's an icon, which is always big. Really quick. He'll be one of the best dribblers on the game. He's got the skill moves, which is quite nice. Just juiced up card, obviously, a Moments 95 icon. Best is similar. Best is a bit quicker and a bit more clinical, but does Best have the skill moves? I didn't think he did. And Garincha has the outside foot shot trait. The cards are fairly even. I think Best is arguably better value. He does have the skill moves though, and he's not Brazilian, that's part of the issue. But both fantastic cards. Mbappe now is nearly 1 million coins on Xbox. Like, this card's amazing. It's not quite up there with the team of the season, obviously, or the 5-star foot birthday card, but still a fantastic card. Has everything out wide. This guy is ridiculous. I have his red pick. I have, for some reason, didn't pick the red pick one, but great on the ball, physically great for those running fake shots on the wing, clinical, 99 pace, an amazing card, and has both shooting traits. This Gomez, other than the shooting trait, seems to have everything. Really good value as well. Werner, like, I don't know why Werner's so cheap. Sancho I've already talked about, but the same things go for him. Werner's like 1.1 million. You could play him up front, but with a 4-star weak foot, I'm not going to put him up front. He's basically a better version of that 93 Mbappe out wide. Bit harder to link in, but ridiculous card, clinical, rapid, great on the ball, great physical, like an amazing card. The Rams. There weren't many options here. A lot of the Lambs that are right-footed you could try at Ram, but I like to have someone left-footed to cut in. Dybala I still think is an amazing option. 4-star, 4-star, both shooting traits, looks very fun to use, good physical for a Dybala card. Oh, sorry, Dybala. I've been told not to say Dybala, it's Dybala. Paulo Dybala. 4-star, 4-star's nice. The card felt amazing in game as well, like really, really good card. Messi, this card's at like 1.7. His shapeshifter's 1.5, so I'd just be going for this card at that point. Has the one club player trait. Not often you see that in the game. The finesse shot and outside foot shot traits are lovely. 4-star, 4-star. He just doesn't have the 5-star weak foot for me to put him at cam really, especially at the price. He'll be one of the best dribblers on the game. I don't really get why Messi doesn't have 99 agility. Insane shot, especially that finesse shot. Quick. This one has a lot better stamina. And this one, a bit of a different one, but Shapeshifter CR7, left footer, has the outside foot shot trait. Nowhere near his Team of the Year card, but as a left footer, something a bit different, cutting in from Ram, can catch people out. Striker now, the last one. The big position. Weren't a load of options. I'm still putting Son in there as he's insane. There was plenty of options I could have included, like Pele, Aguero, Aubameyang, but I wanted 5-star weak foot up front. Son, insane card, all the things we've said before, just has everything. Don't know why he's so cheap. Butra, we had his prime in the last video. The Moments is quite a sizable upgrade. Other than the skill moves and insane physicals, this Booter has everything. Like I say, I wish he had at least 4-star skills and a bit better strength aggression, but really quick, one of the most clinical players in the game, good enough passing at striker, insane on the ball, fantastic card, and underpriced in my opinion at 1.5 mil for an icon. Dalglish, I think he's like 1.2. I think the Booter's quite a bit better. But this Dalglish basically has slightly better physical, like the same strength, but more aggression. Like 16 more aggression. Really good card. I like this card a lot. I liked Moments Dalglish, one of my favourite players I've used this year. This card's quite a bit off that. I would still be going Booter even without the skill moves, but this Dalglish is fun. Richarlison, insane value. He's barely over 1 million coins. He doesn't have the shooting traits, which is a bit of a letdown. But when you look at his stats, 4-star skill moves, 5-star weak foot, 95 pace, 97 finishing, 99 shot power. The long shots aren't great, but they're one of the least relevant stats on the game. He could play cam, this card. He's that good at passing. One of the best physical stats you'll see in the game for a striker. Really good on the ball with 97 dribbling, 90 agility. If you put a balance on him, an engine on him, he gets 99 agility, dribbling, and 93 balance. Fixes a lot of his clunkiness, and he ain't that clunky anyway. Brazilian Premier League, barely over 1 million coins, one of the best value elite players in the game. And then the last one we're putting in is Suarez. He doesn't have the weak foot, but he has the outside of the foot shot trait. Doesn't have skill moves either, but he's insane physical. Like, I've played against him a few times. This guy, man, he is a joke. Like, he just bullies players. Like, he just bounces off people. He's one of the most glitchy cards I've ever seen on the game. Ridiculous card. I hate playing against him. His outside of the foot shot trait makes a big difference to let him get away a bit with not having the 5-star weak foot. But he feels quick. You'd probably put an engine on him in games, so he'd feel really quick. His shooting is very clinical. His left foot still feels good. His passing's insane. His physicals is up there with the best in the game. Ridiculous card with a bit of bite to him. Boys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Lots of great cards in this one. I enjoyed making it. Let me know if there's anybody you think I missed out. A couple of players that I missed out were Aguero, Aubameyang, Martinez, Pogba. They did have the weak foot for their position, or Pogba I just felt was a bit clunky and not well-rounded enough for the card and the price. Appreciate you watching, boys. Appreciate all the support on the YouTube lately. The growth has been phenomenal. Be nice to see you over at my Twitch at some point. Have a spicy day, and I'll see you tomorrow at 7.